For 17 days, the entire world will be focused on this one particular event. And for India, they have 5 times the reason why they must ensure that the Candidates 2024 is one of the most important sporting events for them this year. Every chess player that you see on this screen at this point in time have made a lot of struggles to ensure they get to Toronto. Not just flight, not just logistical, but also the path to the candidates. Let us look at each and every one of them. Pragnananda, if you look at it, he made the first journey to the candidates on the back of qualifying for the Chess World Cup final. His sister, Vaishali, won the Grand Swiss tournament, and accompanying Vaishali is Vidit Gujrati. He too won the Grand Swiss event, which ensured that they came through to the candidates. Koneru Hampi and D. Gukesh managed to come through to the candidates because of a very good ranking system that they had accumulated. So, they had accumulated enough ranking points to ensure that in the FIDE circuit, they would make it to the candidates. So, Vaishali and Ramesh Babu Pragnananda and Vaishali are the first sibling duo in the history of the candidates. And Pragnananda is the second youngest player in the candidates after Bobby Fischer. Now, if you look at it, Vaishali, Ramesh Babu Pragnananda, Vidit Gujrati, Gukesh, Koneru Hampi, 5 grandmasters for the first time in history. And on day 1 of the candidates that's going to begin today, April 4th to April 21, over the course of the next 17 days, you're going to see all our Indian stars in action. The first round that begins today will see Vidit Gujrati take on D. Gukesh. Now, why was India given India versus India in round 1? As per the candidates' rules, the federation that has had the most number of qualifiers, they will be paired together in the first round. So, Gukesh and Vidit Gujrati will square off in round 1 in classical chess. So, Gukesh versus Vidit Gujrati is game 1. For India, if you look at it, Pragnananda will take on Ali Reza Firoza. This is going to be a vital clash. If both of them can get going on a very solid basis, then you can ensure that a miracle can happen in the candidates. Ali Reza Firoza, let me tell you, until the very last moment, he was not a certainty in the candidates. He played enough tournaments and ensured he had a higher ranking so that by the end of the ranking cycle, Ali Reza Firoza just managed to get through. But Pragnananda actually faces a very stiff fight because Ali Reza Firoza in the past has proven to be a very tough competitor for the likes of Magnus Carlsen, Hikaru Nakamura and Fabiano Caruana. So, these are the matchups that you have to look up for on day 1. Not just that, Fabiano Caruana will also take on Hikaru Nakamura because 2 are from the United States, and that is why they will square off in round 1. So, Gukesh versus Vidit, round 1, Pragnananda takes on Ali Reza Firoza. The same in the women's category also because Vaishali will take on Koneru Hampi. Now, you're all wanting to know when does the candidates begin, the timings of it and what is the format. It's very simple. As I have mentioned in previous videos, candidates follows a double round robin league, which means 7 competitors, the one individual will face 7 competitors twice. So, after the end of 14 games, whoever is on top will win the candidates, and he or she will challenge Ding Liren for the World Championships. Match starts at 12 AM IST, 2:30 PM local Toronto time. Because of the time difference, India's fans will have to really burn the midnight oil and ensure they watch the matches because 12 AM IST is the beginning and it is all in classical style chess format. That means for the first 1 to 40 moves, you have 120 minutes, and then after that, there is an increment of 30, if you look at 30 minutes. So, that is how the classical format chesses will be played. If by the end of the candidates, you have 2 players tied for the top spot, then you will have a rapid playoff and then you will have a blitz playoff. If more than 2 players are tied, Then you will have a semi round robin game again. After that, the winner will be determined. Total of 14 crucial rounds. After the end of the 14, whoever is on top will win. But what are India's chances? For the first time in the history of the candidates, there are 5 Indians, both in the women and the men. 3 in the men, 2 in the women. Looking at it, many analysts have not given Indian grandmasters the favourites tag. Quite evident. Vidit Gujrati, if you look at it, he may have won Grand Swiss, but he has often struggled in pressure situations. Pragnananda made it to the World Cup final, but then even in crucial moments there, he lost it. Same with Gukesh. Sure, he's had the most ideal preparation by playing freestyle chess and all the other events which Magnus Carlsen played in also. So, Gukesh, Pragnananda, Vidit all have had very different styles of preparation. So, that is why no favourites tag, primarily because of the pressure of the candidates, primarily because most of the success, if you look at it, has come in rapid and in other events also for the Indian GMs. But Pragnananda is an exception to the norm. He actually went through the World Cup in brutal style, and that's why in the final it all caught up with him. So, Nakamura, Hikaru Nakamura and Fabiano Caruana are the favourites at this point. But India's stars, if you look at it, 3 out of 8, you have a chance of about close to 40% winning. 40% is there, but still it's a significant percentage of at least one Indian making it to the top of the candidate stable. So, that's why winner of the candidates will face Ding Liren later in the year. And if it is somebody from India, it is historic, because if an Indian plays against China's Ding Liren, then for the first time in the history of chess, you will neither have a European influence, neither will you have an American influence. Throughout its tenure, ever since the last 300 to 400 years, Europe or America or the Soviet Union have always had a presence. If it's India and China in the final showdown, then you will see no European or American influence. And that's why this candidates is very, very important for Indian chess. For all the gains that you have made for 1 year, you finally gotten 5 Indian grandmasters: Koneru Hampi, Vaishali Ramesh Babu, Pragnananda, Vidit Gujrati, D. Gukesh. For all these 5, the Indian Sporting Federation wishes them all the best. All the chess enthusiasts wish them all the best, because this is a really once in a lifetime opportunity where they can potentially challenge for the World Championships after Vishwanathan Anand. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. We'll be back with more updates on Sports Today. Tap that bell icon and don't forget we are on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.